That's better. Yeah, I had to turn the mic up a little bit. Hello, brothers and sisters of the warp. Brother Naz, how you doing? So, there's a dispute going on with something that's been found. Motivation to make your enemies right for the compromise. The danger of losing any sort of benefit. It's within your power to take the crucible for yourself, using the privilege of your warrant if you so desire. Why do you not imply such a possibility to the parties involved? If they do not make a consensus, I'll take it for myself. Perfect. Let's see how long it takes for them to come to their consensus now. As soon as the news of the road traders' bellicose stance of the Crucible reached the ears of the disputing sides, they unanimously decided to start looking for a compromise. It only took them several cycles to reach an agreement on the collective maintenance of the Crucible. And in the process of forming their alliance, the monks and the tech priests have discovered a surprising similarity between them. Both of them have strong convictions and devotions to their relics, and thus both sides found strength to see one another as true like-minded supporters, not mere reluctant allies. Research into the Crucibles identified it as a device for surface terraforming. Fueled by geothermal energy of the planet, it could turn a wasteland into a blooming garden. However, a way to launch it is yet to be found. Excellent, we've got this wicked weapon. We don't know how to use it. Yeah, I'll do that. How you doing, Naz? Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, I'm running a bit late today. We've had a few issues. Family stuff.
I'll guide your vessel and lead you on your way.
We go up another level. Bonus to persuasion. Yeah, don't care. Mine scrambler grenade. Grab a few of them. You've been working a lot lately. Yeah. So have I, mate. How was your trip the other day, by the way? Because you...
Where's the profit in this?
And you know what? There's... Koronus. Throne room. Koronus, Kiev Gamma. So she's got a hidden cache somewhere on Kiva Gamma. Dang. You didn't make it to the beach. Well, at least the weather was good, though.
Executing request.
Do you know what? Screw this. Let's just go back to the ship. Yeah, see? Available quests, unknown mechanism. But where the hell do we get it from?
Let's proceed.
I don't get it.
I better myself through my service.
Wait a minute, that's a dead person.
Duty prevails.
Okay, I think we did that already. The Emperor protects. I know not why his voice, vested to protect the Imperium's borders from the intrusions of the enemies of humanity, would see fit to keep an ungodly xenos in their retinue. But I say to you, repent, young von Valentius, and pray that the Emperor for forgiveness, for your soul has forevermore been stained with the taint of an outsider. There can be no virtue in that which is contrary to his divine will. Excuse me? Irelet is busy studying the local architecture. It would seem that she finds fitful bustles far more interesting than Hieronymus' words. Can we move this conversation? For a missionary's temple is the patch of deck beneath his feet. Okay, fine. I have a question about faith. you doing? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and viler souls, you mean? I'm here to help. Blah, blah, blah. The Expanse is filled with tainted creations of unholy relics. These insidious objects are danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you or your travellers come upon dangerous and corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. What do you have to offer me? What level are we already with these guys? 3. I think 7. What does that give us? Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's voice command ability makes an attack during an extra turn, this attack deals additional damage. Oh, that's what I'm wearing now. This hood grants the wearer 10% bonus to willpower and damage to psychic and navigator powers, but inflicts -10 penalty to weapon skill. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah, grab that. Armor? Death World Origin, that's not us.
Choose your own path.
Ah, screw it. Let's get the hell out of it.
Activating motive force reserves.
I'd love to find out where this hidden cache on Kiev Gamma is, but never mind. I'm not going all the way back over there just to have a look. Profit gain 1. We are much further along with these guys than any of the others. Jesus, 21! Take that. Ooh la la! Take that. Oh, we can get mobile extractums here. Might as well. Yeah, grab a bunch of them as well. Right.
What deeds await us?
To what do I owe this visit?
Are you satisfied with the results?
More than. The data we retrieved is already in the hands of the Inquisition, in the custody of those who can extract the secrets of the future from the claws of chaos. The sacrifices made to the Cogitator will not have been for nothing. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
Your soul is tainted, apparently.
However, there is something I must tell you. Back there at the Cogitator, my decision to let it complete its operation allowed me to... I can't even find words, to perceive something of what is to come. You deserve to know this. The cult is threatening the worlds within your protectorate, after all. I could choose to think of it as an echo of the past, or a specter of the future, but that's not it. Warp sorcery joins stretches of time together, violating the accepted sequence and flow of events. I heard a resonance of the person behind the cult. I faced demons more than once before, but this... I couldn't have imagined such a concentration of evil and corruption. I am convinced that one of the greater demons is behind the cult of the Final Dawn. Beware the day when that demon finds a way to appear in this world.
I wish I'd get a move on so I could beat the shit out of it.
No servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to psykers, the soul of a psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy. I was operating the machine created by the servants of the archenemy, and in doing so, I attracted the attention of the cult's master. Thank the throne that it was only a glancing touch. If it hadn't been, we would not be speaking here today. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eyed gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me, enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only.
Damnation. What are you going to do next?
My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the Fabricator Sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it.
I think that'll be all for now.
Thank you for finding the time for our conversation. The Lord Inquisitor was most insistent that I master the discipline of Santic Demonology. I use my faith and my power to crush the enemies of the Imperium. Servants of Chaos tremble at the sound of the Emperor's name, uttered by my lips. I am also a skilled biomancer. I can manipulate bodily processes.
You can make people poop.
Sometimes I resort to those skills in the course of my work, when it is necessary to make the subject of an interrogation more cooperative.
Right, does he still want to talk? Okay. let's be on our way. Pretty. I'll do that later. Ah, that's where we need to go. Heading the raid is apparently one of Xenos leaders who is harrowing the Platinum Stelos. Oh, that's not this place at all. It's very similar, but this is not the place. There. During the warp voyage, the navigation chambers reported that there are warp reefs right on the ship's course. The fragments of the Sea of Souls give it material form. The navigator may either steer the ship past a dangerous region or risk approaching rugged formation to gain valuable insight. Yeah, screw it, do it. Failed. Oops. Damage taken. Okay. Can't do any more for now. Let's take those guys down for now. So yeah, you guys have convinced me. I'll do another episode of the Thermitage tomorrow. It hasn't done great as a video, but I actually really enjoyed it, I have to say. I'm quite looking forward to playing it. Yeah, after the fighting in the last episode, I have a feeling this episode is going to be a bit more dialogue-y. Taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. Make arrangements. Cassie and I are ready. Perfect. This is for her. You and you, and we'll take you too. I hope this doesn't get into a Barney. Oh, who am I kidding? I hope it does get into a Barney. Regent Aranto Orselio, esteemed delegation, the road trader and the Von Valentis protectorate welcome you. Please come this way. Walk this way, talk this way. Yeah, that last episode was awesome. Word bearers. The esteemed representatives of the Novus Nobili have arrived at the Road Traders' Court, the regent of the Great House Orselio, Aranto Orselio. His companions, Lady Grisella Orselio, Navigator Lisa Common Orselio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrina Orselio, Lady Navigator Alina Hataria Orselio, and Navigator... screw all that. I'll just call you person A, B, C, and D, alright? A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move, as if the navigator's flesh is detached from his bones. An unsightly hole miles of Regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Mingin. Rogue Trader, on behalf of House Orselio, I would like to express our immense satisfaction at the meeting and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know there are still ladies in the Koronus Expanse who observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. Right. There's the carrot. And yet this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the Rogue Trader has done for House Orselio by protecting its beloved child. We waited many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child. There is much we need to discuss. She's not going anywhere. As long as the Lady Navigator remains under my protection, I will speak on her. Not. Esteemed Regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader that I stand here today, and there is so much I want to tell you. But what is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong we felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orselio is deeply grateful to the Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that the treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we depart for your new home so that we may finish what we started. She's not going anywhere. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I should continue my education while still in the company of the road trader on her travels. Just imagine how much I could learn. Cassia, I would be honoured if you decided to stay. Unthinkable. Tough shit.
Don't just stand there. Help the road trader defend the child and the palace.
Down with Tisiphone's tyranny! Kill the girl!
One of their own.
I will deliver furious retribution!
I knew it'd come to a fight. Knew it. Jesus, is that all?
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Yeah, this isn't gonna end well. Let's deal with this bitch first.
As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's will.
So, if you can't see someone, just say you can't bloody see him.
Faith without deeds is worthless. You, my Emperor! I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. Weather the storm. Follow my lead.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
Chop. Good shot.
Moving out.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve. Running binaric override.
Weapon at the ready.
Cassia, over here. Give that to him.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I need a foothold. I feel the power surging. Let's see to it.
Follow my lead.
The Inquisition.
Break their morale!
Jesus, these guys do not have a lot of health. Give that to him.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Will you, my Emperor? I must not falter.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your beck and call.
Target yours.
Oh,
I'll be
shit.
marking this incident down.
It will be done. I will do my duty. My faith strengthens me.
Onward!
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary. Omnissiah condemns you.
Weather the storm!
Stay vigilant.
Three left.
Emperor, give me strength. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
The body!
Try to die with grace at least.
But not by much.
If only that were possible.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. For the throne, be gone. I won't object to it.
Bingo. Listen to Alineo Celio. Mercy. The Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly from her servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chestplate. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me and I, Alina Hatio Celio, will swear to tell you the truth about the madness that is devouring House of Celio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest this child ruin your protector as well. Your fate will be decided during the trial. I will hear what you wish to tell me. Perfect. Thank you for your lenience, Rogue Trader. The unnatural bulbous eyes of the Navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. Lady Navigator Alina, He is charged with attempted murder of someone. I swear to tell the rogue trader nothing but the truth. Silence. With all due respect, House of Celio has hardly covered itself in glory thus far today. It is time its representatives answer to the rogue trader. What do you have to say for your defense? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphone ascended to the throne of House of Celio. She was a daring novator who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone... It's Tisiphone, sorry. Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. She was probably right. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphone insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, a gift and a damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them without a glance. At first, many branches of House of Celio tried to resist her tyranny, but Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Satala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. So what has got to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphone passed her Atlas on to her successor before fleeing the house, to a newborn child. We could not surrender the throne to the tyrant's creatures. Tisiphone was cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body, and we couldn't let that happen. So you called Cassia a monster because of her Atlas, and she's got something in her neck that I put in there that's putting her powers down. Larger, yes, but there is more. Have you never felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to her? Or perhaps fury or fear? Who but a monster could manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more so than Tisiphone herself did? So what? Tisiphone's madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the Novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth, and I hope she is rotting away on one of her secret worlds. So why didn't you attack her before now? Tisiphone already had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her. We saved our strength, dealt the first blow 5 years ago after her heir was born, striking at one of the estates of the heir to V. But the girl survived, and Regent Aronto hid her so far away and guarded her so thoroughly it took us 13 years to find her. And then another 2 to get the Regent's good graces and reach her at 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight, and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there is no better time to cut off the serpent's head. So you admit Regent Aronto was not aware of the assassination attempt? Clicks her tongue loudly. Regent Aronto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting Tisiphone, and raising her heir. Her crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on a chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial before the rogue trader. I think I've heard enough. The rogue trader now knows the Regent's atrocities and the girl's corruption. I hope I succeeded in warning you about the danger that lurks with Cassia. Lady Alina, answer my questions. Okay. Regent Aranto, representatives of your house have made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked the rogue trader. Rogue trader, House of Celio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying around our ranks. As for the sneaking into the rogue trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor, we witness the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Come now, Regent. I need answers. We're ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Why are your people trying to kill Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which belonged to our great Novator. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Persephone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Don't believe it. Does she really carry it? We believe it with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Persephone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as successor. What do you know about her power? Special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered our education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. Renegades? Madmen who seek to restore centuries-old traditions of the Great House are carefully nurtured by the previous Novator. Persephone or Solio, they deem the centuries of her rule a tyranny and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Ocelio would follow into oblivion. Why? They dread her power, for only Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Looks like they've fallen on hard times. To call your statements false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, the warp routes scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Persephone's place and lead the house to prosperity, such as her destiny. What would you do in my place? I like that. If I may speak, so many dirty colours have poured from the mouths of those present, I feel covered in filth from head to toe. I, as the future Novator, I want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me. I am the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. She speaks bravely and openly, though her hands are shaking. Vile wretch, who do you think you are? You will now start killing who have displeased you as Persephone did before you? The fury on Elena's face gives away the desperation once she realizes that she just said. She slowly reaches for an atlas embedded in her chest, looking at Cassius with obvious fear. Hear us, child. The burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You are not yet ready. I implore you to settle this conflict. I offer the rogue trader a 100-year contract with House Ocelio, committing us to charting the shortest and safest routes for the Von Valentius Protectorate within the Koronus Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rogue trader's vessel and assist her until she decides otherwise, or until her duty to house summons me to the Novator's seat. Thank you for your input. I am ready to accept. Yeah, I accept, absolutely. I wanted to see. Thank you, rogue trader. So be it. We failed to notice that our child had grown up to become strong. You may stay with the rogue trader until the house summons you. Her influence is anomalous, but it has served to bring a blessed to Persephone's most precious talent, the talent of leadership. Rogue trader, we are now bound by the terms of the contract. Your representatives may contact House Ocelio at any time and we will respond. And one more thing, Protect the child like the apple of your eye. Remember that you have the future innovator of the Novus Nobilite house aboard your vessel. I was worried I might lose her for a minute. I still miss Arena. Can't believe she died. Can't believe I killed her. What the hell is that glowing out of my chest? Right, next. Ah, yeah, I've got to go to the administration. Let's go over here first. I've been to Kiev again already. The planet was tainted. Grim tidings. Tragedy that an industrial world such a tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the archenemy. Yeah, we've read all this already. On out that way. That was a good fight, though. An evil despot to my retinue. I mean, I've got a corrupted Inquisitor. I've got a defunct Mars mechanic, a thief, an Eldari. Come one, come all, I say. We are making our way through the companion quest, so...
How can one find the right way without his light?
Here's the paper complete with seeds. The seals are authentic, so we may continue to follow me. Christ, if you think I'm standing in line, you are mental. In fact, this is my world. Everybody out. This is your queue, and your ticket number is 394. In short term to be seen, the ranking prefect will review documentation again and seal the certification for J. Hadari to possess the Mercatum Tabula Official. You have a bit of a wait. I do not queue. Under the Lex Imperialis, your rights and privileges, rogue trader, have come to an effect only after your official ascension ceremony. Till then, you are just a humble subject. Then I shall return after this. I shall return after the official ceremony. Succeeded! I suppose I can make an exception, but only Theodora van Valentius never once overlooked the laws. Can't believe that succeeded. 301. I have no idea. I'll take my place in the queue.
A new opportunity.
The queue hums with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out bedding and is sitting down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners debating who is here the most important business. You have to admit the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be. I've never seen anything like it before. And sometimes it's good to take a break from the constant travelling and give you all hot-blooded newcomers a chance to overcome themselves in glory without us in the way. Wait patiently. 8 hours. Number 285, proceed to the available window. Throne, take me. What torturous trial have I let ourselves in for? So much precious time lost and we've only moved 3 paces. At this rate we'll be old and grey before we get out of here. You got a better idea? What would you say to making good folk here ahead of us hurry up a little? Just a smidge. The simplest way to make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title serene. The second option requires a little more patience. I have already found our first the compassionate citizen was standing 50 paces ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart and gladly swap tickets. Open fire on the crowd. We shall solve the problems of the common people. A wise decision. Coal traders always say if you can solve a problem of hard cash, then fine. Oh, exalted one, today could be my lucky day. No longer will I have to stand in this hall waiting day and night for my turn to come. For this kind lady of House von Valentius is a benefactor of the downtrodden, and she has solved my problem. Oh, exalted one. Take pity on this poor youth as well. I will give you everything I have, I swear before the Emperor. So I will solve my problem. I've been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get permission slip to wed my fiancée. If you refuse to garner with the signature, yeah, give it to him. Out of my way. Esteemed lady, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, noble title and talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif in the middle levels. A union with a commoner will put an end to his studies at the university, but should Dragonus and the Officio Medicae be deprived of capable chirurgeon because of a pressing fancy? Zazie is a healer too, and she helps people in the hive a great deal more than a lily white chirurgeon with a diploma. I do not want the life of the idleness and aspire Dragonus like you, not when I know that there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who need my help. Ha! You wish to study alongside your beloved. Very well. I hereby grant you ownership of the Dragonus University of Medicae. You may admit anyone you like. Yes, of course. That was just what I'll do. Thank you for your generosity, my lady. We just gave him the university. You have an interesting way of doing business, Shireen. I'll keep that in mind. Death for the life. You are here to request mortification, so that your organs can go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out body parts. Servitor disposal. Only now do you notice the tattoo on his right hand, the simply dictatus administratum and several interlocking chains. It seems this old fellow is the property of a prefect on this place. The granddaughter of this poor wretch has turned into a servitor 16 Dragonus years ago, and after that recent accident she was listed for disposal, and now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for her soulless tin can. May the Exalted One keep me from such a fate. I will give the order for your granddaughter to be repaired, but if you wish to be with her forever, you will also be subject to servitude in perpetuus. I understand, Emperor. Watch over you. Done. Done. So that's how the ruler of the world and all the stars in the skies act when she finds an unfortunate at the edge of her magnificent orbit. I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family is devastating my life's work. Oh, my shop selling rare hats, blah, 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 blah. I am living out the last of my years as a widow alone in the cold, deserted manor without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status. What you want is a life that is meaningless and full of despair. Perhaps I'll rebuild the hat shop of yours. What does this dude want? Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they're also amenable. Joe is supposed to take now she holds and nods with satisfaction. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Sister Argenta, for instance, she can engage the people in prayer and tell them a story of some saint or other. Hours. Another 8 planetary hours go by, the queue is hardly moved. The adept in the next window is dealing with rebelling machine spirits in his cogitator, so the petitioner from the queue was diverted. Shireen, you're a saint. Have I told you that before? You must be, because you don't see any reason why you should show such fervent, senseless patience. Prefer to call it my wisdom. Persuasion succeeded. You were thinking about it as well. Words of faith can heal any wound. Those who bleed no doubt but doubt. Jesus Christ. For I'm about to tell you about the true faith in humanity. There is no star more coveted than that which points to the Exalted One. These were given to me in thanks for the poor souls who decided to abandon their vigil in this place of law and toil for their worldly matters. The hum of activity returns. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realise that the number being called out by the servo scrolls for the 3rd time is the one on your ticket. Woo! That was faster than I expected. We were there for basically nearly 24 hours. What are you waiting for? Let's go. So the certification officer leans over the document, smoothly shaven head gleaming, his automated ocular eyes whir as the lens zoom in and out. With quiet scratching sounds, the concentrated quills that serve as the place of the officer's fingers make notes on a fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified. Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed, and may his light and wisdom guard you. Oh, I'm gonna beat the crap out of this guy.
I love to lead.
Here are the seals. Allow me to verify the authentication. Yes, confirmed everything's in order. And this one, the seal is smudged slightly. I'm going to beat the crap out of him. I suppose I can overlook it. Congratulations, you are now holder of the Marcatum Tabular Official. Do not forget to repeat the certification process every 100 Terran cycles. And one more thing, lost certificate is a grievous transaction. Loss of the original document and you will be unable to regain your status. Not even rid the road traders' endorsements. Praise the Exalted One, blah 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 blah.
Ready as always. Oh, don't you trust me?
That was rather painful. Janus was reporting about a disaster. Ghostly xenos figures appeared in the dusk and go away at dawn. In a ravenous swarm, they attack one agricultural facility each night, freezing everything they touch. Not too many facilities were damaged, or irreconcilable strugglers moved to the borders of the affected sector. What think my advisors? When dealing with xenos, one should be prepared for the manifestation of all sorts of ominous mysteries. Instead of relying on wicked way to solve the problems, we'd be able to turn to our good priests. Yeah, do that. Profit factor lost. The group of suspicious characters covered in talismans arrived at xenos. After seeing the Dance of Ghosts firsthand, they conferred and made up a short trip into the jungle. They later returned, their numbers diminished, loaded with ancient Eldari obelisks stolen from the ruins. Locals have called the obelisk installed in the Agri complex as a blessed miracle. The energy resonance for the obelisk has formed intangible domes providing shelter. Lord Captain, the Astropathic Choir have caught glimpses of horrifying visions coming from Vabos 6. Something has breached the colony from underground. Soon after, the new sector of deep tunnels have been put into operation. It was overrun by monsters. They lurk in the darkness, swarm in the shadows, attack quietly and leave nothing. The churring of 1,000 claws herald their approach, and desperate cries can be heard in silence of the tunnels. However, they receive several active mines and are doing Emperor only knows what. The threat is unknown. Establish the nature of the threat. Top priority. We have to block off this threat and protect the people. To do this, we must blow up the tunnels. Pascal, create a plan. The ruthless plan of Hagos Harmonion have been constructed to the utmost logical perfection, taking its efficiency and losses into account. The smaller groups were sacrificed in order to preserve the forces of the larger ones. Defense squads met swarms in the darkness. The monstrous insects clad in metal carapaces tore everything with their mandibles. The carnage inside the narrow caves cost many lives, but in the end the creatures were exterminated. And their vile lair, not unlike a metallic crypt, has been ransacked for its treasures. Jesus. Right. When in doubt, save. Good advice. Right, we're going to do a little ship battle before I stop this episode, I think.
The stars will judge you.
managed to hit all 3 ships. You are getting on my nerves. Nice. Yeah, that works. I think we've got a few upgrades to put up as well. So 7, 9. Equip that. Equip that. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it there now, folks. It's been a long stream. Naz, thank you very much as usual. I appreciate your support as always. And yeah, we'll do Thermitage tomorrow. That's it for now. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a bit more of an action one next time. But we'll see. My name is Commander Kraise, signing off.